Well, in today's Money Monday, a recent study showed that more than half of parents are still saving for their child's higher education. And I am presuming that one of them is Kyle Wingfield of Finley Alexander Wealth Management, because you just had a new son. This is a third one in a row. So I'm sure that you're on top of it, right?
I am always.
So tell us, many of us are putting money in a 529 account for college. We started one for our daughter, actually several for our daughter within, I want to say 6 weeks of her being born. We weren't messing around. We know how expensive it's going to be, but there are some questions that come up, mainly what if your child doesn't go to college, picks a different avenue for the education, or making a withdrawal for something else? Can you sort of go through the things that we as parents should consider?
Yeah. So first of all, if you're saving money for college for your child, way to go. Because just to be able to put money away for something, that's a win. But I think the biggest question is, okay, what if the kid doesn't go to college? I mean, now you've got all this money built up in this product or this plan that's designed to pay for education expenses. But if they don't have any education expenses, then what if you want to use the money? And I think there now you've got a built-in penalty, a 10% penalty if you use the money for non-educational purposes. So that's something to think about. Another piece I think that runs through people's minds is, or they may not be clear on, is this: hey, just because they don't go to a traditional 4-year college, if they go and they get like a trade school, you can use the 529 money for the trade school. So always keep in mind, if you're putting money away for education, that's great. But again, if we start when they're little, we don't really know what they're going to do. Hey, they might get a full ride to a college, all expenses paid. Maybe they go to the Naval Academy or something like that. But what do you do with that money, right? So keep that in mind as you save. I always say you don't want to pigeonhole your money.
And how can you use some of this money for the 529? I'm also wondering if you can take that out to, I'm trying to think, like living expenses, if you're buying them a condo, or maybe not buying a condo, or renting, or how do you do that?
Typically, if you want to pay for the room and board for going to college, whether that's on-campus housing or potentially off-campus housing that's still within a certain radius, yeah, you can use it for that. You can use it to secure a computer and things that they're going to need to be able to excel in college, especially now. Computers are a big deal.
Yes. Need those. And you touched on this, that there are different types of 529. So you can investigate the investment vehicle that you're using to make sure that it is a 529 that you want for your family, correct?
You can emotionally earmark any amount of savings you want for any particular thing in the future. But sometimes I always say you want to give yourself the most options in the future, so that no matter what happens, you can use that money to support whatever those decisions are. So sometimes 529 and prepaid tuition plans can be a way of pigeonholing your money, but it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that you're basically saying yes to that. What I put together is what I call the college funding scorecard. And this scorecard shows you all of the different places you can put money to save for college, and gives you all the different benefits, features and benefits of every type of plan that's out there, or place you can park money. And so for some people, when they get that scorecard, they usually want to lean more towards the one that gets them more green lights than red lights. And so I would encourage folks to go to our website at finleyalexander.com and download the scorecard and just give it a once over and say, if you want to know more information about different things you see on the scorecard, reach out to us and we'll provide that for you.
That is really helpful, especially in this climate. I mean, you might not need to spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 to be on campus to go to college when you can get that same education or similar remotely.
Of course, there have been a lot of online educational institutions that have been pioneering this before we had COVID, and they've done well, and people have gotten degrees and gone on to do big things with their lives and their careers. So I think this is an opening for bringing some of those college costs down to something more manageable.
All right, Kyle, thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.